Hello, in this lesson we are going to be looking at some of the ways that we can bring joy back to cooking. And so I just wanted to start with this quote that says, "Cooking is at once child's play and adult joy, and cooking done with care is an act of love." And so as we progress through the RAVES model, which we have been exploring in the last few lessons, we are going to be building upon adequacy with variety. And so variety means to build connection with a wider range of foods. And so that makes food more interesting. It stimulates our taste buds, allows for eating opportunities with family and friends, and so really helps in the development of positive eating experiences and a positive relationship with food. And so how we reconnect to eating through variety is through experimentation. And so that means that we can experiment with different flavors, colors, nutrients, and enjoyable eating experiences as well. And so to put this into practice, we want to get inspired and try something new. And so to enhance taste, one of the things that we can try is to incorporate more flavor enhancing foods. And so these are from things like herbs, and so rosemary, thyme, coriander, mint, spices like turmeric, ginger, or cinnamon, sauces like sweet chili sauce, tomato or barbecue sauce, and soy sauce, condiments like chutney, vinegar, and relish, and add-ons like pickles, olives, and sun-dried tomatoes. And these are just a few. There are a whole host of other flavor enhancing foods that you can incorporate into your meals. And so for example, if we take two core ingredients like chicken and rice, there are so many variations that we can use to enhance flavor, the nutrients, and our enjoyment from it. And so with chicken and rice, we can always do a stir fry of teriyaki, sweet chili, or soy sauce. We could do a curry, and that could be an Indian or Japanese curry. We could do a Mexican-inspired spice, a satay, or even a baked casserole or pilaf style chicken and rice. And so ultimately there are so many different combinations of foods that we can do, cooking styles, cuisines, and so this gives us a lot of variety in terms of being able to expand our palate, our enjoyment from food, and also the nourishment that we get from foods. The reason why we want to expand the flavor enhancing types of foods that we eat is because these possess antioxidant and anti-inflammatory capabilities. They can also lower our glucose or cholesterol levels in our blood. And they have properties that can influence our cognition, which is our thought patterns and processes, as well as our mood. They also prevent tumor growth and cancer development. And so ultimately, things like your herbs, spices, and sauces, or any add-ons have a wide range of health benefits. The next step would be enhancing colors on your plate. And so the colors correspond to the diversity of different nutrients, and they can help to prevent any deficiencies and improve our health and immunity. All plant-based foods have a variety of vitamins, minerals, natural phytonutrients, phytochemicals, and antioxidants, and this is what gives those foods the different colors. And so to delve a little bit deeper, we can look at some of the red-based foods and their benefits. And these include, they help to fight cancer, they help to reduce the risk of diabetes and heart disease, and also improve skin quality. And so we can get these benefits from foods like capsicum, tomato, strawberries, raspberries, watermelons, apples, cranberries, kidney beans, cherries, grapes, red onions, and pomegranate. In terms of yellow and orange-based foods, they help to improve immune function, reduce the risk of heart disease, and promote eye health. And so we can get these benefits from foods like oranges, grapefruits, lemons, mangoes, papayas, carrots, sweet potato, corn, capsicum, pineapples, peaches, and bananas. For green-based foods, we know that these foods boost our immune system, they restore our energy and vitality. And so it's no surprise that we get these benefits from broccoli, kale, spinach, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, grapes, asparagus, lettuce, rocket, beans, peas, zucchini, kiwi fruit, avocado, apples, as well as edamame. For purple and blue-based foods, these can reduce the risk of cancer and heart disease. They support cognition and decrease inflammation, as well as improving our skin health. And so foods like blueberries, blackberries, grapes, cabbages, plums, prunes, onions, eggplants, figs and raisins can help to give us those benefits. And lastly, brown and white-based foods. So these foods do protect us against certain cancers, they keep our bones strong, and they are a heart-healthy choice. And we can get this from cauliflower, garlic, onions, mushrooms, potatoes, parsnips, daikons, and jicama. And so ultimately we do want to try and enhance the colors of the different foods on our plates. And how we do that is we can always add an extra fruit or veg serve to your meals. We can try for 2 plant-based snacks throughout the day, or we can try and incorporate more smoothies, soups, and salads, because these are a great way to increase those plant-based foods in our meals. And so plant-based foods are any fruit, vegetable, nut, seed, bean, or legume. So to bring back joy to cooking, we can shift perspective and see cooking as an outlet or an act of self-care. And so we can always use it as an opportunity to choose how and what you nourish your body with. Cooking can also be an experience to be as creative as we like, as well as it can be as fun as we make it. And so really we want to move away from cooking feeling as a chore and a necessity to an intentional ritual that brings pleasure and enjoyment. And so one of the ways that we can do this is to keep things simple. And so ultimately cooking is a skill and can be improved and built upon. And so how I would start is to start with really easy recipes. Things that you just need to assemble, or things that don't take hours and hours and hours to cook. And so things like pasta, pizzas, smoothies, salads, and wraps are a good starting point. And why they're a good starting point is because ultimately all you need to do is change the different ingredients without changing the cooking skill or process behind it. So if you think about a pizza, you could have 3, 4, 5 varieties of different pizzas just by changing the ingredients on the top of it. Same thing for wraps and salads. You can just change the different types of ingredients, and with pasta you just change the types of sauce that you use. And so if you're really quite new to cooking, or it's a skill that you're still kind of trying to improve, one of the really great ways that you can help to enhance your skills is to take up a cooking class or using a meal kit option. Both of these things are a great way to actually apply new skills, and those are things that you can bring home to your kitchen and practice as well. Another way to make cooking a little bit more enjoyable is to get creative. And so what we want to do is incorporate new recipes, ingredients, cooking methods, plating techniques, or presentation styles so that it can become a little bit more enjoyable. And so you can find points of inspiration from social media, cooking shows, TV series, online. There's plenty of blogs and websites that can help to increase this creativity. Another way would be to set theme nights for the types of things you cook, and this can also challenge creativity. So you can set theme nights according to cuisine, so you can do Asian, Mexican, French style cooking, really whatever you like, or you can highlight a certain ingredient. So you could do a night of corn or broccoli or potato, whatever it is that you wanted to focus on. Really, you could set the theme to be anything that you really desire. And so the ultimate thing with getting creative is that cooking is an opportunity for you to learn something new or do something different. Another way to enhance the cooking experience is to make it fun. And so we want to be able to put on our favorite music or put on your favorite songs whilst cooking, and that really sets the scene. Invite other people to participate and to make it social. You could always pour yourself a fun drink before you get started, and it doesn't always have to be alcoholic. It could be a mocktail, a tea, or a smoothie or a juice, or anything really that you enjoy drinking, and that just eases you into that process. Another way to make it fun would be to set an intention. And so this is to remind yourself of why you're cooking for yourself and your body and why it is important to you. And so to expand your preferences and to bring joy back to eating, we want to redefine your comfort foods. And so that means to make any foods that conjure up good feelings, positive memories, and nourishing reflections. The other way is to start a ritual of cooking as self-care. So putting on the music, engaging other people in the process, starting it off with a nice drink. And then the last thing that we want to do is to set the scene for creativity and fun. Ultimately, we don't want cooking and eating to feel like a chore and a necessity. We want to enhance the experience so we actually enjoy the process. And so I just wanted to end with this quote that says, "Eating healthy food fills your body with energy and nutrients. So imagine your cells smiling back at you and saying, thank you." Thank you so much for listening to this lesson. I have activities that you can start putting into practice from this module's guidebook. And remember to please like, subscribe, or share this video with others who may find it helpful.